Alright, continuing with our little soap figure that we have here. We've worked in the head a little bit. Okay, and we've looked at it now. Okay, now let's sort of, since as you can see on the figure there is way too much. Excuse me, let me look at this here. Okay, I need to bring my okay, there we go. Now it's fitting right. Okay, I just had to bring my shoes, my feet were not quite even enough when I cut it across there. That's fine. Okay, so what we have basically working together now is that we have our face and we have our hat that was beginning to come together, and now we begin to just come back here and remove a little bit from the head, so we'll have that to contend with. And what I want to go ahead and do is just remove a little bit from the sides here. I'm going to bring this, I'm going to thin this up just a little bit, okay? We're going to thin it up just a little bit. There we go. From the sides here. Now let's go ahead and cut a middle where our feet would be. Cut a little middle trousers there where our feet would be. So as you can see in that area, that. Okay, now we're doing pretty good here. Let me go ahead and bring a little bit more out of here and come down a little bit more in here. There we go. Where we can make the face a little bit more protruding as we possibly can say. Alright, now let's go ahead and start our arms, which as you can see, I'm going to come to this area and come back and then back like this, in which case we come in here and we remove the soap, see, from that area there. Okay, and let's do the same over here. We're just going to take, we're going to come down just like we would be cutting wood, come this way and come out, and then take and remove our soap here. Look at that. See? Just like that. There you go. Okay, now let's go ahead. We can go ahead and just put that in the pockets there. Alright, we'll go back to that. So let's go ahead and take some more off this area in here to make the head or the face protrude even more. Okay, so as we look at it, I'm sorry, excuse me, don't wipe your eyes, Gene, because what'll happen, you get soap in your eyes. So let's cut a little bit back here. It's almost like doing wood, it's just you have to be a little bit more careful with it, with your figure here. Okay, and let's just take a little bit more off in there. And a little bit more off in there where it makes, see, the arms kind of stand out. Let's take a little bit in between the legs here. A little bit in between the legs here. There we go. And go ahead and make a cut. Let's go ahead and make a cut for our pants here. Right there. There we go. There we go. Now I'm going to remove a little bit more up in this area. Take a little bit off the arms here. There we go. And deepen that a little bit. There. Now we're beginning to see a little bit of a figure. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to put him in overalls. So what I want to do is the overalls always kind of come up over the and back here, just back here like that. So what I'm going to do, and then they come forward kind of like this. Okay, now let me cut that away and cut that away and cut from the see, sometimes when the soap just sort of falls off whenever you do that, in other words, and then cut this way. Okay, see the way the overalls are made? And let's do the same over here. We're going to kind of come up this way and back this way and just sort of, as we say, remove away from the arm here and from the arm here. Okay, and there we go. And cut from the inside just like this to make the overalls. I'm just gonna, for the arms, just kind of, there we go. See that? Now let's do this. Let me get my little V-tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come across here like this and then come up here like this to sort of indicate the collar of the overalls. And I can take my knife and just kind of dig that out right in there underneath the chin. See? Like I can make it deeper if I want to. See that in there? See that in there? Okay. Alright. Now let's go ahead and separate these shoes a little bit. There we go. We're kind of separated in there. Let me clean that out a little bit in there. A lot of people didn't know that, you know, that it's soap is simply for children, but you can make some pretty neat little figures out of it. And then basically it's just basically like wood, except it's much more fragile. And on this side I'm going to cut that where the pants legs are. So you see, Okay. Now let's go ahead and go to the back. And cut it like that. And cut it like that. And then you remove the inside of the arms like this. See, even with soap, you don't lose your desire to create. I mean, I would rather be using wood, of course, but right now, the pain is just too bad. And I'm not going to go through that kind of pain just for, I mean, until I can get myself fixed or whatever. Okay. All right, look at that. Looking pretty good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put my little cut marks on my hands. Okay. I mean, my hands, I'm sorry, my arms. All right. Now, let me kind of just kind of come down here and straighten this up a little bit. As you can see from the back, I want to take a little bit off in here. Okay, my time's up again on this one. So let's look at our little figure. Not bad, not bad. Little hillbilly guy. And then next we'll come back and we'll work on the face, we'll work on the hat, and go from there.